Hello, everyone. Good night, good evening. How are you? Hope all is well. My name is Lisa Marie Aird. I am the Collegiate Success Coach for Campus Bound GPS, and this is October Tips. And every night in the month of October, we are presenting a tip to you, parents and students, about the college application process. We are trying our best to calm your nerves a little bit, to ease some of that anxiety, to reduce some of that stress with all the different parts and pieces of the college application process. And I am really excited because this is something that I've been doing for 7 years. We started in 2016. We are now in 2022, and we are serving you. I tend to call this my community service opportunity for this 1 month out of the year. And you will either see myself or you will see a guest or two come on to speak about their experiences with the college application process. It's been a journey and I just love it. So, if you have any questions at all in regards to the college application process, drop it in our comments. And hopefully, there will be a guest who can speak to it, or I will do the research to find the answers if I don't know it myself. So I want you to enjoy these tips. We have a YouTube channel which has all of the tips from last year, and the ones from this year that are being recorded are there for your viewing and for your knowledge. So please subscribe and soak in the value, soak in the information. So tonight's tip is let your child lead. And I thought about this tip. If you saw the program yesterday, you know that I went to an HBCU college fair and I was representing, among other people, my alma mater. And we had a booth, and it was an exciting opportunity to meet students and their parents who are interested in the school that you went to and hearing their excitement. However, there were some parents there that were there that did not let their child speak too much. And that's not a good thing. I know I've talked about it, but this was the first time I experienced it. And I'll give you two stories. There are two experiences that really stood out yesterday. One, a parent came up with their child and introduced the parent introduced themselves to me, and I looked to the other side and I said, "Is this your child?" And the parent was like, "Yes." And I said, "Okay." And everything, my child is a senior and blah 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 and this and that the other. And so I said, "Well, I went to the student. I went to shake her hand, and I said, "Hello, my name is Lisa Marie Aird. It's a pleasure to meet you, and I'm so excited that you came to visit Hampton University's booth. What are your interests?" "Well, I have no interest." I was like, "Oh, whoa!" I was taken aback. I have no idea what the school is about. I was not prepared to come today, and I really don't want to be here. So that was a little disconcerting. And the mom really tried to save face. And I was disappointed. But I did use that opportunity to speak to the student anyway. And I said, gave her some information about the school, asked her what her interests were, and she didn't have much. She didn't know if she even wanted to go to college. But I understand a parent's desire and a parent's want the best for the child. but sometimes it's you have to be real and see that um, this may not be happening, and it 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 hurt my heart a little bit, but I still was encouraging. And I, let her know that she has lots of opportunities. It's a huge college fair. And if she thinks about her hobbies and what classes she's good in, maybe her major might just filter through. And, just saying some encouraging words to, um, she's there. So use the opportunity, and the fact that she's a senior as well. Use the opportunity while you're there to take advantage of some school if that is the path and if that's the journey. So that was one experience. Then I had another experience that stood out, which was this young man actually went to another volunteer, and the volunteer called me over and said, "Hey, you know what? I think this student needs to speak to you." So I said, "Okay, all right." So I went to introduce myself to him, and he introduced himself to me. "Hello, my name is," strong handshake, "and I have a few questions for you." So I said, "Okay, I'm here. Ask away." And he came with a lot of questions. He had his notebook out. He was taking notes. He's a junior, and he was there. And he told me, he said, "I'm really nervous." So I said, "Don't be nervous." He said, "This is my first time doing this. I actually went and did some research on what questions I should ask. So I'm going to ask you some questions if you don't mind." And I said, "Sure, ask away." And one of the questions, I must say, he really got me with one of them. One of the questions he asked was, what, I think it was something along the lines of, what attracted me to my campus, or what feature did I like about my campus? And it took me back to when I visited Hampton University on high school day. And one of the first places I used to run track in high school. We had a red track that was, I remember when they built it, and it was super awesome. And it was like, wow, this is nice. It was bouncy and fast, and it was nice. Hampton had their blue track. And I was like, wow, this is beautiful. So I was enamored by the track, and I went to visit my major department, which was communications. So we had a studio, and it was in a rotunda, and you can look down into the studio, and it was nice. I was impressed. But I think what really attracted me to Hampton University was the waterfront, and being able to study on the waterfront, take my books out, go on the bench, and just look at the water and do some work. So it was fun. It was a fun question. It took me back, and I enjoyed answering it. But like I mentioned, I was so enamored and enjoyed the conversation I had with this young man, to the point where he explained to me, he was like, "My backpack is heavy. I was just collecting all this information." So you can tell that he is invested in making a sound choice, a good choice. Asked me questions about different programs. I remember talking to him about my son, and um, what my son was, because he's interested in engineering, and I was explaining to him possibilities and opportunities about engineering. So when you have a student who owns their way, who owns their journey, they'll probably get a lot more out of it. So what I'm saying is, let your child lead. Let your child lead their journey. There's an article that I found in US News and World Report, and the title of it is "What Parents of College Bound Students Need to Do." And it's written by Brianna Boyington and Josh Moody. And this was from March 23rd, 2021. And you can tell I got the article, I got the title of this tip for tonight from this article. And one of the things it says is, let your child lead. And it reads, the admission process isn't the time for parents to relive their glory years and what they loved about their college experience. The focus should remain on the child. While parents contact, uh, while parental contact with colleges is both normal and expected, parents shouldn't take over. Don't try to overstep in terms of being the spokesperson for your son or daughter. Like in my first situation, where the mother came out and told me everything about her child, and her child wanted to have nothing to do with the experience. So it also says it's always good for the student themselves to be reaching out and asking the questions. You can encourage them that they should be doing that, but it always tends to be better if the student is advocating for themselves rather than the parent doing it on their own. And this topic is really strong with me, especially this year. Most of our guests that have been on so far have mentioned something similar. They've said it in different ways. I'm saying it probably in another way as well. But when you think of your role as a parent, your role is to empower your child, encourage your child, support your child. And Mark Wiggins said it best, and I saw it in another article, be that calming nature for your child, because there's going to be times, this is an experience, this is a journey, and there will be ebbs and flows, waves and crashes. There might be something that just totally puts your child in a tailspin, and they'll come to you and you have to be that voice of calm, because there's so many parts and pieces to this process. I really enjoy, these are the things that I'll say from my experience at the college fair, what your child should be doing. Coming up to the volunteer, the person, the admissions person, the spokesperson who's at the booth, and shake their hand. Hello, my name is, I am a junior, I am a senior, and I'm really interested in the school. Some of the questions, and I posted this yesterday a little bit because we were talking about the be ready for an on-site interview or admissions interview. But in the same stance, come ready to have a conversation. Know what your GPA is. Have questions like that young man and stump the person talking about the school or bragging about the school. I feel like yesterday I fell in love with my alma mater all over again because I was talking about the school, and it's a valid point that I selected the school that was the best fit for me. I enjoyed my experience. I want you students out there to enjoy your experience as well. And parents, when your child finds a school that's the best fit for them, you wear that school proud. You go out there, and I'm just going to put my alma mater out there. Let's say it's Hampton University that your child is going to. You go out there and get your pirate sweatshirt and you wear it with pride, because that's what you do. You support. You're the cheerleader. You're the you're the backbone to their success. I think that's a good way to say it. You're the backbone to their success. But they're in front. So please let them lead. I wrote something here that I wanted to also make sure I said. So let them be their own advocate and have them own this experience. But be there to support them in their journey. So that's the tip. Let your child lead. And I will see you back again tomorrow evening. This is Lisa Marie Eard with Campus Bound GPS October Tips. Be safe and have a good evening.